You read the thumbnail and title properly. Path of Exile 2 almost killed this channel a few weeks ago, and in this very special video, I'm going to explain exactly what happened and what will be happening in the future. Hey Exiles, today is a very special anniversary. 2 years to the day, I decided I was going to put a tremendous amount of effort into this YouTube channel because of all of you. 2 years ago to the day, I had a video blow up. I had about 200 subscribers on this channel after working on it with lore videos for quite a long time, and a single video about Path of Exile 2, The Curious Silence about Path of Exile 2, made it go from 200 subs to 1,000 subscribers. I decided I wasn't just going to ride out the wave, that I was going to ride the wave and then create waves of my own. So I decided to create videos, 2 videos per week about special topics that I thought were interesting, that weren't covered in the community, and really represent a different part of Path of Exile compared to many of my other content creation brethren, who many of which are great. And ever since then, I've stayed true to myself, my authentic self, much to the chagrin of many of you guys out there. I am positive about the game because I enjoy the game, and this goes for both Path of Exile way back when and now Path of Exile 2. I wouldn't cover these games if I wasn't enjoying them, and the same goes for what I might talk about very soon, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which is currently kicking my butt. But anyway, back to the story at hand. So back in May of 2023, I was making videos on the history of Path of Exile 1, what was upcoming in Path of Exile 2. I did lots of content creation experimentation from May 2023 all the way into 2024 and even 2025. And over that time, I really found myself, especially in the latter half of 2024. I had already spoke to Jonathan Rogers at GGG multiple times. I'd gone out to LA. I'd met with all these other content creators. I've read thousands of comments, participated in Reddit discussions, founded our own Discord, and numerous other things. During all that time, I really sculpted the message that I wanted to share, how I wanted to represent myself in the community. And many of you guys can probably guess what some of those pillars are. First of all, I'm never escaping the accusations. It was having a positive spin on things. I talk about things that I'm passionate about, things that I enjoy. As Josh Strifehaze so kindly told me to my face, he just thinks I'm a very passionate individual, and it clearly shows. Some people may see that as fakeness or toxic positivity, but the thing is, I do try to see the good in everything and everyone. It's true. And if I don't enjoy something, it quickly fades from my life. That doesn't mean people shouldn't critique things or say bad things about certain games or aspects and the like. I mean, I say lots of bad about Path of Exile 1, Path of Exile 2, and plenty of other games out there. I even have some qualms with Expedition 33. Oh, okay. All right, they're not real qualms. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to talk about things that really inspire me to talk about them. And that's the vibe that I'm going to give off on this channel, because that's the authentic me. And the second thing is just being professional and nuanced about things. And I think many people misconstrue my glazing or shilling for grinding your games, for example. It's me actually just trying to be professional in what I do. A lot of people say in my interviews, sometimes I sound corporate, and I give a lot of positive affirmations, and that's totally on point. I have an office job. I'm a director at a company. I have a team that I manage. I speak with vendors and partners and clients, and I do try to remain very professional in what I do. And sometimes in my live streams, that does slip. I mean, have you seen me jamming out during the last patch note reveal? That was pretty crazy. But in everything else, interviews, videos, I try to be professional, and as of late, I've tried to become a little bit more jokey and let my wild side be revealed, especially in the short skits that I'm doing that's poking fun at various aspects of the Path of Exile 2 community and its reception. But overall, I am trying to be professional, and that is very different from a lot of other people that are in the community, and some people may perceive that as being inauthentic. But in actuality, it's just how I like to present myself. Positive and professional. And then the third core pillar that I think this channel stands on is truly community and lifting others up. I do absolutely all I can to help lift up other content creators or people who might not have a voice. It's why I do lots of polls on my channel and on Twitter, and it's why I do those feedback videos with other creators, large and small, or those videos that are taking, the titles might be polarizing, but if you watch the video, I go in depth on the topics and I explore the facets of all the arguments on either side, and I really try to give everyone a fair shake. Really focusing on that helping out other content creator front, Kitten Cat Noodle, our resident lore master, lifted me up when I had a few hundred subscribers and gave me words of encouragement. So did Grimro, rest in peace. He's not gone, he just doesn't make a lot of videos, you guys. He also encouraged me greatly, and many others have done so since, and I'm extremely thankful for them. So now that I'm in a position where I'm able to do that for other creators, I'm going to do it at every opportunity. You have all sorts of different faces growing up in the scene right now in the infant stage of Path of Exile 2 Early Access. You have Cal Tarak with his crazy builds. You have Off Meta Michael with all the feedback videos he's giving grinding your games and bite-sized and long-form format. You have Blazeworks TV, who is rivaling me in his ability to podcast host. He is an absolute genius. You have Snoobay85, who has been on the Path of Exile scene for a while, but he is cranking out all sorts of guide videos and breakdowns for PoE 2 long after people have abandoned the game in larger content creator communities. I could name off so many more, like Dead Rabbit, The Lazy Exile, Loopy, Dreamcore, Sir Gog, Schwingy. All these people are great, and just more and more folks are joining the ranks every single day, and it's lovely to see. And that's the community I really sought to foster. It really saw success on all fronts. Things were going well. Sure, there were some issues, but at least in my mind, everything was going well. And then Dawn of the Hunt released. And I'll be up front right here. This is the story of how the channel almost died, right? I almost just quit content creation cold turkey. And that's because I was weak. This latest update helped me slay the last demon in my mind, which really means everything going forward should be pretty simple, right? The Path of Exile 2 0.2 comes out, people play it, there's a lot of backlash, much of it justified. I'm having a good time, others are having a good time, some people are having a horrendous time, others are having a absolutely lovely time, but there was one thing that stuck out to me and absolutely nearly killed me. And that was the polarizing, furious rhetoric and discourse used by oh so much of the community. And let me say it here and now, I've said it ad infinitum. I'm not talking about negative Steam reviews. I'm not talking about critique threads on Reddit or the forums. I'm not talking about good-natured feedback videos from creators. I'm not talking about any of that, you guys. I'm talking about people who were attacking developers, people who were attacking people and not ideas or systems. They weren't attacking problems with the game, they were attacking the people who made the game or people who were enjoying the game. And they were ramping up the temperature oh so much that I'd listen to some of these videos, I would read some of these threads, and I would feel like I was listening to a political video or reading a political rant from someone on either end of the political spectrum. And I know this gets likes, this gets views, this gets comments, this gets spread like wildfire. It's so obvious given the landscape of all of social media, of really everything in the world today, but I just didn't want to participate in any of that. I didn't want to read that. It was nauseating just going in and seeing comment after comment, hearing creator after creator racking up the tension, making people angry at each other, attacking the developers, overthrow Jonathan, this is a trash game, they abandoned this for people, all that was just almost too much. And I talked to my wife, and I literally took a week off my real job, right? And then I took a week off, 2 weeks off, content creation. And I thought, is this something that I want to do? That I want to participate in? Is this really something that's worthwhile? I was legitimately considering just going completely cold turkey, killing the channel, not posting videos on YouTube, whether it's shorts, lives, actual video. That kills your channel after a point. And I was this close. And then at the tail end of that break, when I started posting stuff again, I spoke with my wife and kind of went through that whole story that I gave you guys at the start of the video. Why I began the channel, what I was trying to do. And I realized something, and it might seem super obvious in retrospect when I'm kind of laying it out here, but I had achieved all that. We've built this awesome community. We have this channel. We're lifting up all these creators. We are a positive environment. We can have fun. We can critique the game without yelling at each other, right? We're there. So what am I doing? What, I'm just gonna step out? I'm just gonna step out because there's a whole wave of negativity and I'm just thinking, oh, you can't handle it. You can't do anything about it. What do you mean you can't do anything about it? You can do something about it. You can make a difference. We can make a difference. So what the heck am I doing? Thinking about killing the channel. We're here now. We're sitting at like 50,000 subscribers. We were at 200 in May of 2023. We've talked to Jonathan Rogers. We've talked to dozens of different creators, high profile, low profile. I speak with developers sometimes, both on Grinding Gear Games and at other companies. I'm gauging what's going on in the community, getting all this feedback, getting all this information. And I came to realize I'm the person. We're the people who need to stand up and talk against this endless crap, okay? Go ahead, have it in your politics, have it in your other gaming communities, whatever. But, I've been told by many, just chill out, don't talk about it, don't fight it, don't feed the trolls, it'll just get worse. Not too sure that's how to go about it. Maybe I'm wrong here. I'm taking a different approach, though, I think. I'm just saying, no certain people are bad, but the ideas that they are spreading are bad. So I charge myself and I charge you with this. If you see that happening, if you see someone intentionally trying to ratchet up the tension and piss people off and send, I was going to say a swear word, but I'll keep this family friendly, send fecal matter at the developers or other people who think a certain way, watch yourself. Just say, what am I doing? Am I being mature? Is this productive, or can I communicate this in a more effective manner? And maybe professional isn't the right word here. Maybe a more nuanced manner, instead of trying to pit people against each other more and more. We don't need more of that. The world needs less people yelling at each other, not more. Why are we doing this in our gaming community? Why are we trying to make this happen? Of course, there are always going to be problems. This is true across all facets of life. Gaming is just one of those facets. But that doesn't mean we need to leap to one polar end and fight against the folks on the other. It can't be a you're either with us or against us. If you're on side A, you hate side B, and if you're on side B, you hate side A. That is bad, and I think we should use what little power each of us have, try to combat that, even if it's in even if it's in this silly little space. ARPGs, Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2, Diablo 4, Last Epoch, all this stuff. I think it's worthwhile. Well, I think that's it. That's the video, guys. Make sure you like it, you share it, you subscribe, and I hope I keep the content coming for the next 2 years, and I hope I keep raising your spirits. I'll see you in the next one. Stay sane. I have no idea how this is going to be received.